Outline. Resting on its long-term tradition of sports vehicle fabricating, Porsche instills every one of its vehicles, including SUVs like the 2024 Cayenne, with an enjoyable-to-drive nature that is difficult for opponents to coordinate. Albeit the Cayenne is a moderate-sized SUV, it feels light on its feet in corners thanks to a skillfully tuned skeleton. It's likewise speedy, particularly with one of its high-yield powertrains that remember an accessible fitting for crossover and a twin Super V8. Porsche's biggest SUV is likewise extravagant, with a refined ride, a tranquil lodge, and a lot of tech and comfort highlights. While it may not outflank a 911 Super, the Cayenne offers a lot of physicality to fulfill its driver while likewise giving adequate space to individuals and freight. What's happening for 2024? The Cayenne gets a styling revive this year, yet a gentle one. Changes to the outside require a sharp eye yet inside. The Cayenne gets another dashboard plan with more computerized LAN, another controlling wheel borrowed from the 911 Games vehicle, and another switch-type shift switch mounted on the dashboard. Porsche has raised the stakes on its presentation in all cases, as well. The base model gets 13, a greater number of strength than previously, while the E-crossover acquires 9 horsepower. The S-trim gets the greatest lift, as it drops its twin Super 2.9-litre V6 for a 468 horsepower twin Super 4.0-litre V8. We're exceptionally partial to the passage-level Cayenne, which comes standard with a 12.3-inch touchscreen, a 10-speaker sound system, and a Wi-Fi area of interest, among other famous hardware, and our favorite setup would develop that with smart choices. We'd add the top-notch bundle that incorporates encompassing inside lighting, versatile journey control, and all the more remarkable Bose Encompass sound framework, warmed front and back seats, and an all-encompassing sunroof. We'd likewise upgrade its on-street execution and rough terrain capacities with the Game Chrono bundle, extended drive modes and send-off control, the rough terrain bundle, additional underbody insurance and extra shows, and the versatile air suspension, motor, transmission, and execution. Porsche will give you the Cayenne access multiple ways, beginning with a turbocharged 3.0-litre V6 that makes 348 torque. The module crossover, called the E-half-and-half, weds an electric engine and a turbocharged V6 for a consolidated 463 drive. The Cayenne S flaunts a 468 horsepower twin Super V8 with an extraordinary sounding exhaust note and amazing speed increase. We expect a reach-beating GTS trim with considerably more power, however Porsche hasn't affirmed that model at this time. All motors pair with a shrewd 8-speed programmed transmission and all-wheel drive. While making whatever weighs multiple tons move effortlessly as testing, the designers in Stuttgart were effective with the Cayenne. At the point when we had the option to test a Cayenne S and thought that it is comparably athletic and refined as last year's model. Versatile dampers are presently standard across the Cayenne arrangement, and most trims will have extra execution choices that incorporate a customizable air suspension, four-wheel controlling for further developed mobility, and dynamic enemy of roll bars for complement cornering. Mileage and true MPG. The EPA hasn't delivered mileage gauges for the 2024 Cayenne yet regardless of its extra power, we're not anticipating significant changes in that frame of mind for the base model. The 2023 Cayenne was evaluated for 17 miles per gallon city and 22 miles per gallon throughway when outfitted with a turbocharged V6 motor, and the upgraded one will most likely stick near those numbers. Range, charging, and battery duration. The 2024 E-half breeds reach ought to be marginally higher than previously, on account of an augmented battery pack that lifts assessed usable limit from 14.3 kWh to 20.6. Last year's model was evaluated for up to 15 miles of electric driving, so we hope to see a scope of around 25 miles. Porsche has likewise updated the E-half-and-half's locally available charger to take into consideration quicker charging times. Inside, solace, and freight. Inside, the 2024 Cayenne gets another dashboard plan with additional screens and a look that is enlivened by the Taycan EV car. The SUV's directing wheel has been supplanted by one acquired from the 911 Games vehicle, and the measure group is presently completely advanced. A switch shifter is mounted on the dashboard, opening up space on the mid-control area for a capacity niche. Porsche basically gives a fresh start inside the Cayenne for clients to customize as they see fit. Everything from the inside trim to the safety belt tones and the surface materials can be independently chosen, quite often with a firm extra expense. Notwithstanding customary choices, warmed and ventilated front and back seats, for example, the Cayenne offers advantageous updates like more strong seats, heating front seats, and 4-zone environment control. Rivals like the Audi Q7 and the Volvo XC90 have 3 columns while the Porsche has just 2. However, basically the Cayenne's rearward sitting arrangement is flexible and gives a lot of loosen up space. The Cayenne tempts Porsche lovers with adequate traveler limit and freight volume, which are far more noteworthy than any 911s. Infotainment and network. The Cayenne's driver and front traveler face a massive computerized shows that stretch the whole length of the dashboard. In the middle is a 12.3-inch touchscreen with remote Apple CarPlay and Android Auto capacity. To one side, that is an optional and discretionary 10.9-inch show for the front traveler, which Porsche says can be utilized to transfer video content since it includes a well-being system that makes it undetectable from the driver's vantage point. There's a different 12.6-inch screen implied only for the driver, settled behind the directing haggle vehicle speed, the tachometer, an outing PC, and different capabilities.